You can't model balance if you've lost yours, and yet, that's what school leaders are quietly being asked to do every day. Somewhere along the way, exhaustion became a virtue. We started measuring leadership by how early you arrive, how late you stay, and how little you rest. I've heard it in staff rooms and leadership meetings for years. She hasn't taken a break in years. He works 70 hours a week. What a leader. They're always the last to leave. But behind those compliments is a dangerous assumption that sacrifice equals success, that the more you give, the better you lead, and that boundaries are selfish and burnout is just part of the job. Now, it's not said aloud, but it's felt everywhere. The first truth is that burnout isn't a badge, it's a warning. Burnout doesn't mean you're tired, it means you're giving more energy than you can afford to lose. And here's the thing, burnout doesn't look like collapse, it looks like constant compromise. Saying yes when you need to say no, skipping lunch because you'll catch up later, answering emails at 11 p.m. because that's the only quiet time you have. You're still performing, still producing, but internally, you're surviving, not leading. And when you lead from depletion, you model it too. Your team sees it, they replicate it, and soon the whole culture starts running on borrowed energy. Now, the second truth is that the system rewards exhaustion and punishes pause. In so many schools, the visible leader gets the praise. The one who's on every email, the one who's everywhere at once, the one who never seems to stop. But rarely do we reward the leader who stops to think, who says, that's too much, we're not ready, or let's protect this time, or we need space to lead, not just to manage. Now, that kind of leadership doesn't look heroic, but it's the kind that creates stability, longevity, and trust. Because sustainability isn't soft, it's smart. And systems that fail to value it, they lose their best leaders to burnout or bitterness. And truth 3 is that real leadership protects what it wants to multiply. Culture is a mirror. If you want your staff to set boundaries, you'll have to show them what that looks like. If you want your team to sustain their energy, you have to protect your own. Because presence isn't just physical, it's energetic. And when you lead from exhaustion, even when you're in the room, you're not fully there. The most sustainable leaders I know don't have more hours, they have more clarity. They say no so they can give yes to what matters. They block time for recovery, not just for tasks. They lead from rhythm, not from adrenaline. And that kind of leadership doesn't just last, it inspires others to lead the same way. Now, if your leadership has started to feel like survival, this is your call to pause. Not because you're weak, because you're wise. Because exhaustion doesn't build legacy. Clarity does. Sustainability does. Presence does. And the leaders who stay, they aren't the ones that give the most. They're the ones who give what matters without losing themselves in the process. And this is exactly what we unpack inside the Professional Wellness Workshop, a free live session for school leaders who want to stop performing burnout and start leading with clarity, energy, and purpose. And when you register, you'll also receive early access to my new book, Culture of Excellence, The Path to Empowered Teaching, Inspired Learning, and Intentional Leadership. But what boundary or mindset shift has helped you to lead more sustainably? Drop it in the comments, like this if it landed, and follow for more clarity-driven leadership insight. Most importantly, share it with a colleague who's been pushing for too hard for too long. And I'll see you in the workshop.